What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, back at it again at some garage sales, looking for incredible deals I can flip on eBay and make some great profit. And of course, I found some good stuff today. That's been the trend so far this year. No complaints here. Also, I go to a flea market and find some really good deals as well. You'll be seeing all that in this video. So at this garage sale, we got some clothing. And not too excited. Here's one of these Columbia hats. Pretty good hat. I might have bought it. Made a little bit of money on it, possibly. Probably not, actually. But there's a lot of people at this garage sale. A lot of people out today. I don't want to stand in line and take time to pay for it. This is just one of those days where every sale was crawling with resellers. I think everybody in 100-mile radius was here. So this sale, I see a Nike vintage jacket hanging there, which I end up buying. I'm looking at some shoes. There's a box of hats here. I want to go through, see if there's any good vintage hats. And I don't see any in here that I want to buy. Worth picking up anyway. There's also some good shoes. Well, I don't know about good. There's the jacket. I'm buying that. It's only $3. Here's some Nike shoes. I had $10 on these. I ended up getting them for $5, which is why I bought them. Wasn't sure on the model if they were going to be worth selling. Haven't really seen that style before, so wanted to grab them. I thought they were Air Force Ones, but they weren't. This sale, I find this brand new vintage sealed Sebastian from Little Mermaid. It was only $1. That's just kind of an instant buy, even though I didn't think it would be worth a whole lot. Here's a Hello Kitty karaoke machine for $5. There's a little bit of money in that, actually. It's just one of those things you have to test. It's not moving very fast, and you're only going to sell it for like $20, $25. So I'm passing on stuff like that. Over here, there's some plush. I see this Chuck E. Cheese vintage plush, and that's an instant buy at $1. And I sold that already for $20. It sold very quickly. Some of those are rare. I think there's a Hello Kitty there. I didn't check to see if I had any of the kittens. Not really that big of money. They're kind of flooded on eBay. Bert and Ernie there. Also, I could have paid attention to those. This could have been something. There's some of the cheaper Disney Cars stuff. Again, at that price, maybe it's worth buying just to throw with the lot I already have. But, I leave them. There's some cars and stuff in those bags. I didn't recognize anything as being valuable. But this was a really good sale. I mean, they had some really cool stuff. Prices were a little high on some of the stuff, like the signs. Usually, you're not going to find those too cheap. This looks kind of like a flea market or something when you see stuff like this. Here's a planer. It's not Stanley or anything I recognize as being valuable. Of course, some of those planers can be hundreds of dollars if you get the right one. $9 cassette player. I think that was. I'm not interested in that. Paperwork, stuff like that. I'm not very interested, especially at the prices being. I mean, they weren't priced high, but it was priced just high enough that you wouldn't make much money reselling some of this. Here's a little medieval type sign. Remote for something. It looks like a cheap remote, though. Up here's this camel sign. I was looking at this one and I'm like, well, $18. That don't seem that bad, but I'm not up to date on, camel cigarette signs. Someone in the comments can let me know if that was a good deal. I'm not too sure on that. Could have took the time to look it up, but I didn't. Lens, it's just a cheap lens. Didn't really want to pick that up for $5 even. Got a Ford manual there. Lots of movie posters. I'm not really interested in those. I don't sell stuff like that. Unless this is really unique. I did buy a Ninja Turtles original poster from the movie, though, one time at a garage sale. It's hanging in the workroom. That was for personal use. Still, though, pretty cool sale. And I got some good stuff there, so happy to have stopped. What is that? Buttons, patches, I don't know a whole lot about those, so I pass. I'm not going to sit there and Google Lens them. I happened to drive by this sale, and I could see it. And I'm like, there's a ton of stuff here. This is going to be amazing. And I get out. I turn on the camera. And I'm looking and I'm seeing a lot of stuff, but I'm starting to notice a trend. It is just a pallet sale. It's one of those return sales where everything is like Amazon returns, Walmart returns, that kind of stuff. Still, if the stuff's priced good, you can find some things to make money on. This one wasn't. There's like a DS game. They wanted $20 for a Warhammer figure. I thought was going to be great, but it was $40. You know, damaged packaging and returns, stuff like that. I'm just not going to buy to try to resell and pay that much for. But if it would have been priced well, maybe. Let me know in the comments if anyone goes to these pallet sales and they actually find good deals to flip. Usually for me, it's not the case. But I always like to look anyway. I'm not going to drive past a sale like this when I can just stop. Here I'm at a flea market, and I decided to turn on the camera because I just bought some incredible stuff at this table here, some video game stuff. I was not expecting it. Some controllers, systems, and stuff. Games, there wasn't really anything great there, but they're only $1, which is nice. And I don't go to flea markets that often. I usually don't find stuff. There's not that many flea markets very close to me. So, yeah, I just don't like to go look at all the stuff other resellers are selling, right? But every now and then you find deals, and today was one of those days. Like at this booth, I ended up picking up a couple incredible jackets. Looking at the hats here, some Kentucky hats. I'm not very interested in. Just some dinosaurs and, yeah, some more hats. Just nothing very special. And I don't have my camera, so I pulled out my phone to record this. So it's not the greatest quality, let me tell you. But hopefully it just kind of shows you here. You know, it's a flea market. What can I say? It's just what it is. Usually you find stuff priced a bit too high. But again, it's about picking. It's about looking for the deals. And I was able to pick some good deals at this one today. So, yeah, what else do we got here? Really cool stuff to look at. I love looking at stuff at flea markets. Don't get me wrong. It's just you see some really cool things. This booth, like a pumpkin face. There was a E.T. playset. Again, just priced a bit too much to buy to sell on eBay. So some Pizza Hut mugs, or glasses rather. Vintage. Those could have been good. I don't know what those are priced, but some of that Pizza Hut stuff's good. Here I am at the thrift store. Picked up a nice camera. And looking at the plush. It looks like a little Angry Birds plush there, that pink thing. Maybe it was. Probably could have picked that up. I guess I was just focused on the camera and didn't notice it. Never seen that one. Hopefully it's not one of the super rare ones. I always talk about looking for them, and maybe I just passed up one. But you know what? The thrift store was crowded, but I still found some great stuff today. Let me show you everything I found. Some incredible deals. Check out this haul. This one's very exciting for me just because I got some really good deals. Let's start down here in this tote. I came across this at a garage sale, and it's all these graphic audiobooks. They had a piece of paper on the tote that said 25 cents a piece. I just threw out how much for the whole tote, and she said $5, so got all these for $5. I think there's a lot of potential in here. A lot of these are Western, and I saw some lots from this William W. Johnston. Looking very good, like some $40 for 6. I think some are book series, which I'll try to, bundle together if I can figure it out. But there's probably like, I don't know, at least 60, maybe 75 of these in here. Based on some of the comps I was seeing on eBay, I think there's minimum $150 profit in this tote. I'm going to try to squeeze out 200, I think, just by doing different lots. So a phenomenal pickup when you can get all these that cheap. Honestly, they could have easily been $1 a piece, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't know if I want to pay $1 a piece for them. I definitely would have paid 25 cents a piece for them though, and getting them all for $5 is just an absolute steal. Up here on the table, I got these Nike shoes. Now, I was not familiar with this style. They're in pretty good condition. They got some dirt on them is all. The lady had them marked $10. I ended up getting them for for $5. I was hoping they were something special. It doesn't look like it. I could probably sell them for $29.99 plus shipping. Right next to it, I got this vintage Sebastian from the Little Mermaid plush, new in package. This was only $1, so I just had to pick it up. I don't think it's great. A lot of stuff like this isn't even new. I do think I could eventually sell it for like $20 to $25, maybe $30. But still, if I'm only paying $1, I'll definitely pick that up all day long. This was a good pickup, the Honeymooners set. And I saw this and I'm like, hey, I know this is valuable because I've sold it before. New, you can sell this for $100, pre-owned. You can sell this for $50, $60. I don't even remember the last one I sold, if it was new or used, but it's just kind of nice. I've been talking about media more and just knowing what's valuable. And a lot of this just comes from experience because I've found this and sold it before. So when I see it in a box for 25 cents is all, it's just an easy pickup and I don't have to sit there and scan it or waste time at the garage sales. Because let me tell you, these garage sales I went to, it was just a little town. I don't know, probably like 1,000 people live in this town. And it was the only community sale kind of in the area, but there were just so many resellers. Every sale you went to, I would say on average, there was 5 resellers already at the sale. So people were picking this stuff very quickly. In fact, before I even got to the box of media, there were 2 other resellers that had gone through it and they did not grab that. That's just how it is with these sales. It's like locusts swarming a field or something. The stuff's gone in seconds when these sales open up. So you really have to know what to look for and just grab it fast. Can't spend a lot of time looking stuff up, I don't think. Obviously, a big purchase I would look up, a 25-cent one. If you think it's worth it, maybe just pick it up, right? Same thing with this Chuck E. Cheese plush. It was $1. And I know some of these are actually pretty big money if they're rare. There's one very similar to this, but it has like green pants or something that would sell for $80. I think this one will sell for $15, $20. Again, I paid $1 for that. It's clean, it's in good condition, it's vintage. There's money to be made there. Another thing I picked up cheap for $0.25 are these plastic baseball helmets. I bought them just because they were $0.25. I'll load them up with some other helmets I got. Not big money in these unless they're like really vintage. But again, at $0.25, there's some money to be made, especially when I combine them with the other ones I got. I got 2 or 3 bags of football helmets for $0.25 at a rummage sale, so I'll just combine them with that. Why not? And yet another thing I got. This was 50 cents, and this is a Mecha Godzilla. This is a Playmates 2021 version. Been talking about Godzilla a lot on the channel. Picked up a toy, what was it, last week? I got for $1. It's worth about $40. I thought this one was going to be $40 or $50. It might be. I'm going to have to do more research because there's an 11-inch version that's $40. When you measure this standing up, it's like 8 inches. But if you was to like straighten the legs, it almost gets to 11, especially with the tail. So I don't know how people are measuring these exactly because I have an 8-inch one and I'm only seeing 7-inch and 11-inch. So I'm assuming it is probably the 7-inch and it's worth like maybe $15. Again, for 50 cents, I just bought it blind and I can make some decent profit for the little I paid for it. Got this Minolta camera at a thrift store for $5. It's always exciting to see these with the lenses because some of these are really big money. Looked up this one, not great. I mostly bought it because it has the extra lens here, which is also a Minolta lens. The lens is worth $20 to $30. I think I saw some selling for it. It has the original lens that went with the camera. The camera itself, maybe $20, $30 max. I'll probably honestly just price that $30 plus shipping, make about $20 on it. Just add the lens and everything, not separate it. Doesn't have a great sell-through rate, but I think at $30, I'll get someone to buy it. Got this for $0.25. This is a vintage Rugrats binder. I didn't know what it would be worth. I thought maybe it would be good. Some of these vintage binders, from certain 90s shows or even like the Nike ones can go for $100. You just never know. So I bought it for $0.25. I think I might be able to get 15 for it. I saw one on Terapeak sell for 25, the same one, but I think there is some others listed for lower than that on eBay I saw, so I don't know why that one sold for 25. Again, $0.25. There's some money to be made. Picked up this for $1. This is one of the Iowa jogging portable CD players. Some of the jogging ones can be good. If it's Sony, I'd be much more excited, or Panasonic. Even then, those aren't worth a whole lot of money, but I just grabbed this at $1. Actually, it wasn't priced. I just took it up when I bought the camera and I said, how much for this? And it just said $1, so I took it. I was hoping they'd say $0.25. But I think I can sell that for like 18 to $20, do free shipping on it, and make at least $10 on it. Ended up getting some great finds at the flea market, which, I've not had much luck from flea markets in the past. They're not really my favorite place to source. There's just a lot of, resellers selling stuff where other resellers can't really buy it. Today was different. I got some great stuff. Got these controllers, $5, $4, and $4. Very clean, great condition. I think on average, these are about $20 a piece. I think there was a couple, maybe the Mario one I saw selling for $25. Yet the Wii controllers here, and it says 10. Now, when I first got this stuff, these were $20 a piece. So I just kind of like, I don't want to pay that much for them. But then I went and got something to eat and decided to come back to the flea market and see if he would go any lower on them. By the time I got back, he had already lowered the price to $10 a piece. And then I said, can you do better if I bought both of them? He said, how about 15 for both? So I got both of these for $15. I believe pairing these up, I can sell them for like $70, $75 for the pair. So just a great pickup there. Also from him, I got the Wii power supply for $1 because these are always handy. A lot of times you buy Wiis, they don't have them. Pick them up for $1 when you can. I also picked up this Xbox 360 hard drive for $1. Wasn't sure what it was going to be worth, but at $1, I thought I'd buy it. I've never actually sold one. It does look like, $20, $25 maybe for that. But the really exciting thing is the Nintendo DS XL, and you can see $100 on there. But I looked it up and I said, this is probably worth selling even at paying $100. But I asked the guy if he would go any lower, and I was thinking, he would say like 80 or 75. He just threw out, how about $50? And I said, yeah, I'll take it for $50. I was probably going to buy it at 100, but that's why it never hurts to ask sometimes with that kind of stuff. Also came with the games. Of course, you see the box there, the charger and everything. I think I can sell this for about $275, $280, bundling the games. Having the box, maybe I could get a little bit more, something like that. But really cool. It does work. He had it charged, was able to test it and everything. So just a phenomenal pickup. And here's some more stuff I just kind of got from him. The Back to the Future game. It's new, $5. Looked like he had already lowered the price. Like, this was obviously very early when the flea market first opened. So I don't know why he was lowering prices so fast. It looks like he had probably $10 on there at some point. Maybe this was from another day. But for $5, I'd be happy to put this in my collection if it wasn't worth it. I could probably sell that for $15. The same with this Marvel game, $15 plus shipping. Maybe I'll just throw that in the collection as well for $5. You got this below it, this Phase 10 Deluxe, which isn't one of the better Phase 10 games. Phase 10 Masters, new, or Phase 10 Dice. You probably sell for $100 on Amazon. This one, somewhere between $40 and $60 maybe for the anniversary edition. So not bad profit there. Got this Vans hat for $3. I was considering, I kind of like this hat. I don't know about the color. Then I was like, maybe I'll wear it. In the summer it will work. And then I tried it on. I don't know. I just didn't like the fit. It might even be for a woman size, because it seemed very small. Anyway, I don't know if there's much value in that. Selling it pre-owned, I could probably make a little bit of money. Again, I kind of just bought it because I liked it and thought maybe I'd wear it. Got this Nike jacket though at a garage sale for $3, and this one's pretty cool. It's got kind of the vintage Nike on the sleeve, the spell out on both sleeves really, and it's got the emblem on the back, which makes it a bit more desirable. I do think maybe that could sell for $25, $30. It's in great condition, so I got it. These though, these are very good, I think. And I actually got these at the flea market as well. Got one $25 a piece for him. I tried to get him for $20 a piece, but he said $45 for both of them is the lowest, but I'm still happy with that price for sure. Mostly because of the condition of these. Like, look how clean this is. This is a vintage Bingles. This is Locker Line. It's not a brand you find very often. It's one of these satin jackets. There's the tag. Now, the guy told me that these have been hanging in the closet for the last 25 years, which is probably why they're in such good condition. Like, look at that decal. Usually those things are just falling off. If you look up some of the Locker Line stuff, especially the 49ers stuff, which was just hot recently because of the Super Bowl, some of the 49ers jackets were selling for $200, the Locker Line stuff. Bengals, not a bad team. I didn't see any Locker Line Bengals stuff. I'm going to price this probably $150 starting out, just to see if I can get anyone who wants it, since it is a rare piece and it's in such good condition. Now, the other Bengals jacket here is also a really nice one, and this one's a lot thicker. It's got the patch here. This is Chalk Line. It's unfortunate I never find like the Chalk Line Fanimation stuff. I found like one Vikings one I ended up selling for a couple hundred. Other than that, I've never found the Fanimation stuff, which I love. But this one's pretty good. I think probably anywhere from $80 to $100 I can sell that one for. as well. But jacket season's kind of dying off. I'll probably still list these right away though, because I don't want them to end up in the death pile. Find them like 5 years later and wonder why I never listed them. But I think between the two jackets, there's going to be some great profit in those. But there it is. There's my garage sale and some flea market finds for the week. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me. I really do appreciate you watching. Check and make sure if you're subscribed. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.